This is Alex from Life of Regrets, and today I want to talk about how there's people who put their own partner over their own child and stuff. Well, I remember there's women and men that do this. It's like sometimes they kind of put their focus on their partners and over their kid, because sometimes they don't even show like their love for their own kids. Like they don't. Sometimes there's parents or anyone, they don't really give their time to their own kid. It's like they push their kid to the side and like they don't give them the attention that they need. It's like there's kids that might want help or with their assignment or like a homework or learn, or sometimes they want something. It's like that person, that parent or that grown up doesn't give that attention. They just push them to the side and not listen what that kid needs. And sometimes like when that kid doesn't get that attention from from that grown up, it's like they're stuck on their own, and it's like they have to figure everything on their own. And it's like there's supposed to be a grown up who always like gives advice or helps, like they're supposed to help a child out, even if that person is like seeing someone already. Like that person could be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. But like I said, sometimes they just focus on what's going on. They care about their desires. They care about their needs, but yet they can't give that attention to their own kid or to someone else's kid. Is like how are you gonna work if you can't show that love or support to that kid who needs like a mother or a father figure? It's like they might not even have that, and it's like they want that. It's like, but people just prefer to put their own partner over them or show love and show like more. They're more interested in being with that person than being having the kid involved, like as a family. I feel like people who do these things shouldn't be in a relationship if they can't treat the kid as their own, even though if it's not even theirs or something, or if it is their own kid. It's like you gotta be there for them, because it's like the more you do this, the more you push the kid to the side, and he might not have a role model, and he might go to a bad path, and he might not do well in life, and then like he might struggle in life. Because why? Because there's grown-ups who don't give their attention to the kid. Like it could be early age or like later age, it doesn't really matter. You gotta be there for someone at least, and talk to them, explain what's going on, and if they need anything, just ask. Don't be afraid to ask. But those parents or grown-ups or whatever who do these kids is like they don't think of the kid's mindset. They don't realize how it affects them as they get older, because sometimes it's like knowing that they do that. Sometimes if that kid grows up and stuff, and he might do the same thing what those grown-ups did to him, not giving attention. But sometimes it could be the opposite. Maybe you do give the attention. It all depends on the grown-up who's around the kid. If they really truly care about, or if they truly care about him or not, treat him as a family, treat him like a family member, their own son or daughter. It's like they gotta show their affection to them. They can't only show affection to their partner, because if you just show that affection to that partner, then that kid might fall apart, and he feel like he's not wanted, and he feel like his own parent might not even want him to. They feel like that kid might feel like he was a mistake to begin with, and it's like you can't be in a relationship if you can't get your kid involved and talk to them. Like have like the three or four of you. It doesn't matter how many kids are there, but you gotta put yourself in that situation. Would you want your parents to put you in that spot, feeling like you're not unwanted? Do you really want that for yourself? Do you want that for your kid's future? If you just knowing that if your parent ever got divorced and end up seeing someone else, is like if they just give their attention, wouldn't you want that attention or love, but you don't get it because of your parents just ignore you? Like you don't want that. You don't want that you don't want that for a kid, and you don't want that for yourself. Because there's times that grown-ups feel like they're hated by their own kid, but at the same time it's like the grown up gotta understand that it's not the kid's fault. It was kind of your fault as well, because why you just push them to the side. You never get them, never let them ever speak, or they never get the chance to explain themselves. It's like there's grown-ups who have like basically pushed, and then sometimes they become all like alcoholic or stuff, or they get obsessed with someone, and it's like sometimes like they if sometimes like if a breakup goes wrong or something, the kid gets blamed, even though it might not even be his fault. It's just that maybe it was a relationship that was never meant to happen, or maybe it was toxic, or they just want and they end up leading. And it's like might not care. They might care for you, but they might not respect that you have a kid of your own. And it's like people shouldn't be in a relationship. People should never be given a chance whatsoever if they can't respect. If you have your own kid, and at the same time a parent should show like their love for their own kid. If they can't show love to their own kid, then why even be in a relationship with anyone? And why get someone pregnant or not be a mother? There's no point if you can't show your true values as a person, that you're ready to commit, that you're already in a relationship or marriage. If you can't do these things in life, and it's like I don't know. It's just that I feel like people sometimes like you just, they want to be loved, and it's like I understand that people want to be loved and have an affection and have someone feeling love and support from them too as well, and give it to each other. But it's like you got to do that to the kid too as well, because like I said, when if a kid's of your own, and it could be your own kid or not, at least get them involved and treat them well. Don't treat them bad, because there's parents who, or another grown up. Sometimes it's like that one person always shows more love to a kid than another person, and sometimes like that the other person, it might be one-sided as well, that a person like cares about it, and then the other person who doesn't respect it, is like they feel like they're stuck. They have to do it. They feel like it's their job, even though it should be. They should have known what they signed up for if they have their own kid or they don't have their own kid. And it's like if you put yourself in a relationship, then why be in a relationship with someone if you can't treat a kid, or you just push them to the side or abuse them? Because there's people who abuse a kid. It could be the kid's parent, or it could be the partner's and they don't show they abuse them, or not they hurt them. They push them. They treat them like dirt and stuff. Or maybe sometimes there's like people who like harass these kids and stuff. And it's like you can't treat a kid or some way just because you're already heartbroken, or you feel like they're getting involved in a relationship that you want to stay with. And it's like you can't do that. You can't always put a relationship first. Your kids is more important, or someone else's kid is more important than that other person, because in the end is like a kid's mindset is clean. They're not gonna think a certain way. It's like the more you put these negative is like almost like energy and stuff, is like you're gonna affect the kid, and as you grow up you're gonna consume it, and it's not gonna work out for a parent or someone who's wants to raise that kid, and that they might not have that relationship, they might not have that bond. And then it's like, do you really want to destroy a bond? Because you never know. Sometimes you might not need help, even if when you get older. When you're old, do you want life? Do you really want no one to be in a part of your life? If you want to struggle by yourself just because of a relationship or something that you can't like have a bond with a kid and stuff, it's like you can't. Because sometimes it's like, even though you might think your partner might live forever, but sometimes like not everyone lives forever. Sometimes that or not the kid that you're like you're seeing your partner's kid, or it could be not even your kid, like I said, they go through stuff and then committing suicide or end up dying. It's like you never give them a chance, and you might regret it in life for not giving that attention to them or listening what they have to say. It's like people live with guilt, and sometimes they want to fix it, but they can't. It's already it's basically too late. It's like don't put yourself in that situation and that where you never end up regretting it and you feel like it's too late. Then you blame yourself. Then you feel miserable. Then you might end up blaming your own partner, or not. You might blame yourself. Then things gonna get worse, and you might end up fighting with your partner and stuff. And it's like you don't want that. You don't want that just because of if it's a one-sided like attention and stuff, or like desire. No, not desire, but more like care and stuff, like loving them and supporting them. Like, you gotta show that. Like I said, you gotta show that to not only a partner but their own kid, or if not their own kid. Is that you gotta treat it like it was your own. Is that your own family member? Would you want someone to do that to your family member or you? In that certain way? I know you wouldn't in life. You would hate it. You would hate people to put you put you to shame, or put you to the side and never be heard of. Like you're by yourself in your own world, and like you can't be yourself. And it's like I said, you don't want that kid to be feeling that way. You don't want him to self-harm himself, because sometimes there's kids who self-harm themselves for not getting attention or the respect they deserve, and they want that attention, but just that people prefer their relationship, and they prefer their desire, their needs, their wants, and yeah, they can't give the attention to their own kid or someone else's kid, because it's like they're one-sided, and they don't think of the consequences of a person's life or their own actions, and yet it's like you can't change it. Even there's people who cry about it, and probably ask God to say why they do these things to themselves, but sometimes it's like you gotta learn. You made a mistake too. We all make mistakes in life. It's just that you gotta know if there's a sign, or someone, if a kid is trying to show it to her or talk to you about it, you gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to him or her. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, you gotta listen to them, because you never know that they might end up hating you. They might want you. They might want negative stuff to happen to you. Why? Because you never gave them attention. You never gave him the love that he needed. All the thing you did it was care about yourself and your partner. That's it. And it's like we can't live in a world where relationships are like this, because like I said, it seems like a lot of men and women do this a lot to kids, or their infants, and sometimes too. Sometimes they when there's people who've been in relationships who don't even want their kids. Sometimes they feel like they should put them for adoption, which is wrong. It should never be that way. And like I said,